Try to be somewhat fast. We are making a large salad this week, or I think it's going to be large. But I am going to say, keep in mind when you roast or cook vegetables, they usually shrink up some. So what I am doing prematurely is cutting that off. I want to just sort of peel our squish and our zucchini. And you might want to do things that are a little more in season. Hopefully these are delicious. And I'm just sort of peeling so we still have some pretty colors. We are going to make a corn dressing this week. Put the peel in there. Do some more peelings. This is an older, I believe, discontinued paper chip peeler that's serrated. I believe we have a set now that has a couple of different styles. Let's say couple, I think it's 3. And then I'm going to use the mandolin to cut it, and I will show you how to change the dials on that. I'll give this another one. Just watch your digits, your fingers, fingers. Speaking of that, saying weird things, captions are auto-generated. While I am your weird friend, and I do say weird things, I don't always say what the captions say that I say. I am also terrible about telling you what I'm using. Feel free to message me or ask. Next up, this is our prep and store system. I know it looks like a mess right now because I have it all over the place. I just rinsed these off right before I hit the go button. I try to get everything together before we get started, but sometimes I am not a good cook show host, and I leave stuff, dadgummit, in the fridge or across the kitchen, or I forget something. It happens. So I try not to leave things unattended over here, but it does happen. Okay, so repealed. It's going to be a corn dressing, like legitimately with corn. I'm gonna blend and strain, and then we're gonna have like tomato, zucchini, some green beans in it, and I'm gonna roast with the zucchini and the squash. I'll just throw it all in a pan and roast it, y'all. With this stuff, I'm going to, where's my brain? Where's my brain? Also do corn, and then corn dressing. I'll throw some dill in it. Oops, Smarty Jones. I think that's it. Oh, an onion. We're going to do an onion. So I want to get everything cut today and ready. I should probably cut these in half this way too, so it's easier to stick in the mandolin. Let me apologize in advance. The mandolin is a little bit loud. But also, if you're watching this in January, not catching the replay, it is on sale for 50 something. I don't remember exactly because I'm a bad TV show host. TV, cook show. I'm not on TV unless you're broadcasting on your TV. Anyhow, it's on sale. I believe it's 25% off. The quick slices too, I don't have it because I have the mandolin. The mandolin is the shiznit. I'm sure the quick slice is too. It is a less expensive option. I know it's in the 30s on sale, and the mandolin is in the 50s on sale. I think it's lower to mid. It's usually $70. So it's a good deal, good deal. We are going to assemble the mandolin and get that done and in a bowl, and then we'll move on. So you'll know, if you don't want to stay for the whole time. Here it is. Oops, I got something on it. What is that? I dishwasher it a lot, but I don't think I did the last time, which means I sucked at cleaning it, or whoever did, which was probably me. So these are the ones that I refer to as thrillers. So that's like fries, shoestring fries. This is the thickness of your dice. So if you want something like an onion to cook faster, you want it to be thinner. I don't want things too thin because we are doing a salad. What is on me? And then I want not completely thriller, like all the blades, but some of the blades. So they don't shrink up too bad when we have our salad. We want some chunky comedinas in there, surprisingly. So I'm going to twist this, pull it up. I don't know what you can see coming over the other side. I think you can kind of see. Let me do this. Hopefully, dial. 8 is the thickest, 1 is the thinnest. That's your kind of thriller, and then this one over here is your way thriller. Shoestring fry. Hope you like my analogies. It's super thriller-in. I'm probably going to use it on tomatoes, which means it gets juicy up in here. You could also use, if you have our cup slicer, on things that are not as hard, like don't use it on an onion. And then, what else? The tomatoes, be careful, wear eye protection if you have squishy ones. So, we're going to get started. Goes in like this, kind of matches the shape. Except for you're supposed to lock it in all the way. Okay. Are we locked in? Are we locked in? There we go. And then you can check it too. And see if it's the size that you want. I would do slices, but I like chunkies. So I can also put this in the air fryer in like the rotisserie basket. So I think this is great. Let's do green. I don't care that all the squash sits in the same bowl. So it's pretty quick work. If you want it to be super fast, you could prep all your vegetables at one time and then run this. I just figured we'd do a little bit at a time. If you don't have time to stay tuned, it's totally fine. You can come back and either pick up on the replay if you want to see more chopping. But this is pretty much what we're doing. And then we're going to do our onion. I do want to say some people have a hard time with like dicing an onion. It's going to depend on how you slice it or how big you cut it for your dice. I don't need it real small, so I'm not going to do it real small. This was 2 zucchini, 2 squash. Can we fit it all in there? Scooch, scooch. No, no. Sort of. Okay. Just shot some on my feet. Let me scooch it back. I will say, you know, if you ever get the squash juices on your hand, I'm really surprised they're not in more cosmetics other than they leave a film, but I've had that on my fingerprints from hand cutting before I got my awesome mandolin. And y'all, it was like my skin was tightening up. It was the weirdest thing. Okay, we're just going to hand cut that because I don't care. I honestly need to look up how many cups our mandolin doodad holds. These are 5-cup bowls. So I'll switch out my trashy one for a second. It has 2, so I could do trash and one of these. And you can pop it like it's hot. There are spots here on each side that you could do it. But if you popped one here, you probably want one here. Because I don't think the metal things can cross in the same area. Just so you know before you buy. Because if you thought you were just going to do it right there, I don't know if it would work. Okay. Daddy's hands. You know what we can do? My milkshake. Don't need to sing that song. Okay, let's do this. I need my ball and bench scraper, y'all. Hold. It's one of my favorites. There we go. So if you have less of the vegetables that you're using, you can, and you want to keep them separated, you can stick a separator in there. And I'll show you that in just a sec. On a clean bowl with my dirty hands. Looks like we might have 2 of these. Careful with onions. If you have a strong one, it may smell up your fridge. If you have a glass bowl, you can store it cut side down in that glass bowl so that it doesn't super stink. Okay, let me grab this to show you. If you want to keep some ingredients separated, so you want tomatoes on one side, or zucchini and squash, or onion and zucchini, or corn, or green beans, because that's what we're using. My corn and green beans are frozen. So you have that. If you've got all the juiciness, like you want to store a pineapple in here, but you don't want it in the juices, you have one of these doodads that also will snap into your lid so that you can store them easy. We're going to flip the doodah day. Excuse me. Belchy poos. Try not to hit the floor. Okay. This is really great for bread too. Let me, Scooby Snacks, get it all out. Not that you want to watch me do this, but I need this thing cleared for the next thing. Here we go. And we'll probably have a little bit of mixeroo. Not that I care, because I'm throwing it all together to roast it anyway. And we may end up roasting some and putting some in the air fryer. We had some unnatural spillage over here. Okay. It's not really unnatural. Sometimes things go underneath here. There we go. We got us. What is that? 5, 6, probably 7 cups of the stuff. So put this one back. Move these over. Move it on up. Okay, let us not block your view completely. Or scooch it. I'll scooch it out the way and get a drink. And let's move on to our onion. So, we'll get us an onion dibs. We'll have a word for our live. Oh, and I always come on for Prep Monday and forget to tell you about Tune In Tuesday early enough. So, Manic Monday Prep. I used to try to do most of my prepping on Sundays, but I always want to tell y'all, what in the world? This is super duper tough skins. Okay, Manic Monday Prep, what we're doing. I do it on Mondays now so that I can tell you about Tune In Tuesdays. I used to go live on Tuesdays, but Pampered Chef goes live every Tuesday pretty much every Tuesday at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. So I do want to say lately, and when I say lately, I mean, gosh, I think since November or sooner. They've been doing, it was sooner. They've been doing giveaways. So you can, there's chances for, usually I think it's 3 people to win the giveaway for the night. Please be registered for the Zoom by 3 p.m. Central Standard Time, or at least historically, that's what needed to happen. By 3 p.m. Central Standard Time on Tuesdays, if you can. If you miss that deadline, there's always next week, since they do it pretty much every week. So just be registered for the next one, and I'm pretty sure you can register for multiples, and you'll get emails of the replay. I believe you either have a link where you can get the recipes and things used. They have the giveaways. Sometimes they have giveaways and discount codes you can use for the day or that night. Just a few options for you. Wanted to tell you about them. I'm going to do some slicer Reubens right here. So I'm going to turn Thriller off, or almost Thriller, and just do whatever slice it's on. My hair's pulling out onion stuff. What? My milkshake, it's too big. Okay. Excuse me. Let's go ahead and quarter it and put it in here for some slicings. Let's get her sliced. G-slice. We got a little bit more zucchini that was left in there. Totally fine. You're not getting to watch it squish out the back. I need to pick up the floor. So my onion just turned weird, that'll give you a different kind of slice when it turns like that. So like now I can have rings-ish or close to it. Or you can turn it the other way where you got the doodads a certain direction and it'll be more like a dice, like if I put it in like that. Whoa, I'm gonna start crying and I did not prepare myself with enough paper towels for my face. Okay, so. And the tighter you put it in there with something and less wiggle, then the less likely it's going to turn around. Or I guess you could push a little harder with this doodad. I don't want no part of that. Okay, let's get my face not directly over it anymore. We're gonna move it on over. So what I'm gonna do is put this in our whatchamajiggle bowl, our zucchini, because I'd like one for tomatoes. Let's move my trash. I'm gonna scooch my trash on the floor over. Okay. Now, this is where you could do a divider if you wanted to. I don't care because I'm cooking it all together, y'all. So, we'll do this. We'll throw it in the fridge. Be careful. You might want to bag this so it's not a smelling cat. I'm going to have to go get a napkin for my eyeballs because it's going to make me cry. And we might have to sit on this lid to make it go down. So this is 15 cups of stuff that fit in the refrigerator, and it takes up about the same amount of space as a 12-pack of soda, or whatever you have. It's a 12-pack, 12-ounce cans. Oh my goodness, I'll be right back. But first, while I cry, I gotta rinse my hands off. Good night, y'all. Let me dabble on the eyeballs. So, since it's strong enough to make me cry, it's probably strong enough to make the fridge stink. Careful with that. Goodness. Go in the bowl. Oh, we lost one. Here we go. Woo! I really want the onions covered. There we go. We got it. Oh, almost got it. So, here's two. All we have left is our tomato, and we will have our salad prepped. The other meal that we have on our menu plan, I'm putting that in the other bowl, is like a grain bowl. Took me a minute. So I figure the hubs will probably cook some pork steaks or something because he's been home more and doing the grillings. Oh, goodness. So, with that being said, we will probably, produce bag, moving it over here out the way. We'll probably have the salad a few times, but with something he grills, pork steaks. And then we might have, or we'll likely have like a green bowl. I bought a bag of frozen veggies to just roast and throw in the oven or air fryer, whichever. So I'm not cooking the tomatoes, and I don't necessarily want all this stuff in there with it. And if you see here, we have a paper towel under that because it's gonna be juicy. I'm gonna do a quick rinse-a-roo and grab this towel because we have holes. We do have holes. Make sure we get them washed off. Toss them all around. Get the water out. Okay. We'll do the same with the colorful ones. I wanted a pretty salad. This is my raggage. Okay. Here we are. I hope you can see it. You can see my cutting board down. Put this here, and that way you can kind of see all of our juices we're going to be having here soon. Also, we don't have Thriller on. It's just a slice. I'm going to go with a thicker slice for these. We'll go down one. We'll have a little raw onion. It'll be okay. So remember, you can do your quick slice, depending upon how small your tomatoes are. You could do your cup slicer, or we have the simple slicer. I don't know about these. You could also use your close and cut if you just want to cut these in half and stick them in there and then run your chef's knife across it. Here we go. Try not to come up too fast because then you might super flame. Okay, we got plenty of tomatoes, and I think these are pretty juicy, which means I did not want to shoot myself in the face or the eyes with tomato juice in my particular, because we've had these for a few days, in our cup slicer. Although it is really handy and I do love it, but I like it for a firmer tomato. It's great for bananas. I love it for strawberries. I've used it on plum. I've also used it for pineapple. So we have the pineapple wedger. My dickens. And I'll do the wedging, and then I'll do the apple core to get it almost like the chunks you can buy it in a can. And then I will use the cup slicer to get it all sliced up. I'm making a mess, y'all. Making a mess. Here we go. I have a squish one. I'll show you the tomato juices because it's fun. Yeah, you can probably see it. Next, we're going to wash this one. Take this back over to the sink. Trying to keep from dripping water everywhere. Like I just don't care. Here we go. Aren't these pretty? I thought more colors would be nice. Walmart did not have like the big medley bowl. They just had the small one. So we got some color. Plus we have a little squishy. Our zucchini or squash. We'll have an onion. We'll have corn dressing. We'll have corn in there, and we'll have green beans. So the only veggie that I'm planning to not cook would be these tomatoes. I'm going to throw the others probably on our bar pan stone. Uh-oh. Gotta squish. You can tell when you got like a tougher tomato skin or a squishy tomato, it doesn't just get her done. Let's move it. Look at all that tomato. And I want to say the salad called for like 6 cups, but since it's just us eating it, we don't need that much usually. However, I will say, you know, if you're eating healthier, having this to eat several nights as a quick side and you're just prepping your protein will be handy. And or to eat with lunch every day, a little bit of this and something else if we have any other leftovers. I am not opposed to leftovers. Leftovers make my life easier. And preparing loads of salad or veggies and or farro, like for a grain bowl, will be nice. You could also grab a rotisserie chicken and do the same. See, all my juices. I lost some tomatoes, so we're gonna put that in there. This is why I say, if you had the cup slicer, which is awesome, y'all, I really do love it, but you had squishy tomatoes, like that goes everywhere. So if you don't have a squishy tomato and you have a harder tomato, it's handy. I'm trying not to drop that back down in there. Baby carrots. There we go. We are gonna grab another towel for our drippage. Here we go. And I'm gonna put this towel in our bagged bowl of trashiness. Wipe up. I don't like messes, so clean as we go, clean as we go. I'll also have a cloth over there for it. And So I'm the super weirdo that saves the produce bag, not for the produce, but for this trash bowl. Okay, so I think that's it. I was like, lastly, all we gotta do is put this in a bowl. And that's where we are headed. So, where's the, oh, it's over here. In the sink. Lost in the bowl of water. Okay, I'm going to get rid of my trash over here. The reason I'm getting rid of my trash. Wipe out my bowl. Here we go. Tomato time. That way I can keep all my other stuff in there. So, hold. See, wrong direction. Sure won't go at all. There we go. Got us a couple tomatoes caught up in the back. And then we will be home slice free and ready for salads this week. All the same one. We're gonna bowl and bench this one too. I say bowl and bench, we're just benching it because the bowl scraper is still in the drawer. We don't really need it. Isn't this handy? I forgot to stick the little doodad to keep them out of their juices. However, I think some of the tomato juices that are left will go really, really good, just a little bit, with our corn dressing. Why do I have liquid? Is Moo on the couch? Huh. I thought maybe he was peeing. You're welcome for that. This is not straight. There we go. So I will say, oops, one way, no, to not get liquids in your floor or on your counter if you have this bowl situation is to make sure, because it slides out further, which is really handy, but make sure you have it like up against there so that you don't get anything in your cracks or dripping through. We have plenty of stuffs for the salads. Remember, we're adding corn, we're making corn dressing, and we're gonna add some green beans to this. All cooked, which I guess you wouldn't have to cook all of it, but I don't need any belly aches. I'm gonna rinse my hands, so I'll let y'all go. Remember, tune in Tuesday, 7 p.m. I typically post a graphic in our parties that tells you how to get there through table. You can also go straight to the website. Got a mess. Here we go. Scooch it. Go straight to the website and tune in there. There's a tab, I believe, on the top, like mid part of the screen on the website that says live events. Putting this in the sink. We also have a word for our live. How about we use onion? No, we're not doing onion. I lied. I mean, you can still message me. Tomato. We're going to do tomato because I got a big bowl of tomato. Right, hers. So I'm going to take all of this goodness to the Frigidaires and get it ready. So message me the word tomato and that will enter you into this month's giveaway. I like to do a giveaway every month for the people that drop the words on our lives and participate and do the things. No purchase necessary to enter to win. Pick up my trash off the floor. Anyway, I'm gonna go to see like a 12 package size, but it's vegetables for the week. One great big dish. We're gonna roast these. We're not roasting those being tomatoes, because I don't know if you can see that close to the camera, the phone. Anyway, thank you so much for tuning in. Remember, message me the word tomato. There's a link in the description. Usually it's Manic Monday. It'll be the first link. The second link is a link to where you can go to table and like register for the live event. And the third link is if you're in the White House Food community or not in the White House Food community, you can click that link and request to join. If you're watching from somewhere else and you are a part of the community, I'm pretty sure the link will just take you to the group. Let me know if you need anything. Thank you so much for tuning in for Manic Monday Prep, and I will catch y'all later.